All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. Happy Saturday, happy game day. This is the final game of the preseason between these two teams. It's the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. The starters won't play today for Buffalo. Um, I don't know who the starting quarterback is. They haven't said it yet, but I'm guessing it's Ben DiNucci. He'll probably get the first half, and then Anthony Brown will probably get the second half with the injuries to Mitchell Trubisky and Shane Buechele. They signed two quarterbacks. Probably won't be on the roster come week one against the Arizona Cardinals. But I want to see. Um, I want to see touchdowns. We haven't scored a touchdown yet in this preseason. I don't know if we're going to see Keon Coleman. Uh, I think we should, but I don't know. He said no starters are going to play. I'm not particularly sure what they feel Coleman is, but he's been getting a lot of first team reps. So, um, with the injury to Curtis Samuel, um, and Khalil Shakir won't play. He's definitely not going to play. So we'll probably see a lot of Mac Hollins. I don't know if Knox and Kincaid are going to play. We'll probably see a lot of Zach Davies. No Josh Allen. No James Cook. No Von Miller. No Ed Oliver. No Gregory Rousseau. Which means probably AJ Epinesa will be starting at end. And of course, no Taron Johnson. Um, we're basically going to see guys trying to make a couple of roster spots, but a lot of these guys won't be on the team come cut down day. But the Carolina Panthers come in at 0-2. They lost to the New England Patriots 17-3 in their first preseason game. They lost to the Jets last week, 15-12, and now they come to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm hoping to see Bryce Young for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if we will see much of him. I know he has to get back on track. You know, his rookie season wasn't that good. But I think under a new coach, I think they're going to get him going in the right direction. Because if they don't, they're going to be looking for a new quarterback. Bryce Young was Frank Reich's pick. And Frank Reich didn't even want him. It was the owner, actually, that wanted Bryce Young. But I'm wearing my Dawson Knox jersey today, number 88. So I'm hoping we see some of Knox and Kincaid, but I don't think we will. We'll probably see a lot of Zach Davies and a lot of guys like Andy Isabella, stuff like that, who's just trying to make this roster. They released Chase Claypool on an injury settlement, but once that goes through and everything and he clears waivers and stuff, they can re-sign him. I think he'll be a practice squad sign. I do think they should go and re-sign Quintez Cephas, who they released earlier in the year. I think they should go back and at least let him work out, try out for the Bills. They signed him when training camp wasn't here, and he didn't even take a single snap for the Buffalo Bills. But I do think we should go and get Quintez Cephas back, and with the injuries to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you're probably going to see a lot of our backups and stuff. In fact, you will see a lot of our backups. You'll probably see a lot of Mac Hollins, a lot of Zach Davies, Ray Davis, and Frank Gore Jr. I like this Ray Davis kid. I like the way he runs. I think he's going to be a good compliment. We're going to have James Cook Ray Davis, I think, 1-2 punch in the backfield. Uh, I, I'm going to be watching this defense. They were stellar last weekend against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. So week one against the Chicago Bears, we got blown out at home, 33-6. Didn't score a touchdown last week. We scored 3 field goals and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 9-3. So Tyler Bass is 5 for 5 in field goals in the preseason. But they're saying he struggles in practice, but he's perfect in the preseason so far. So I don't know why everybody's concerned. Practice. Practice is just practice. But he's perfect so far in the preseason. But we haven't scored a touchdown yet in this preseason. I want to see some touchdowns today against the Carolina Panthers. I want to see that defense, play like they did in Pittsburgh, and Joe Andreessen, I think he's going to solidify his spot on this roster. And there's been experts out there that said it. If the Bills release him or put him on the practice squad, somebody will grab this kid off of our practice squad before week one. So he's got to be on the 53 or we lose him. I know last week was only one game, but the kid, he was all over the place. He was shutting him down. He was breaking up passes, and he had a lot of tackles. I think he had like 12 tackles or something. This Joe Andreessen, and hopefully we get another good game out of him today, and he solidifies his spot on this roster. He's a local Buffalo kid too. He went undrafted, so hopefully he makes this 53-man roster. Otherwise, somebody else is going to get this kid, just like the Carolina Panthers took Raheem Blackshear off of our practice squad. Raheem Blackshear was a fan favorite. Buffalo put him on the practice squad, and the Carolina Kitty Cats come right in and said, "Give us Raheem Blackshear." But I hope they don't do that with Joe Andreessen. They need to keep Joe Andreessen on this roster. But yeah, the starter's going to sit, so they're going to have a couple weeks of rest before they have to play week one against the Arizona Cardinals. That game is at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. So our beginning week, we begin weeks 1 and week 2 in the same week, because we play Sunday against Arizona in week 1, Sunday, September 8th. And then we play that Thursday, so we get 2 days of practice, then a travel. We play Thursday night football against the Miami Dolphins in Miami, and then we get rest before we come home on Monday night football to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it should be this should be a fun game, but like I said, I'm want to see some touchdowns in this game, not just field goals. We haven't scored a touchdown yet in this preseason. So I'm going to be watching this defense. They were stellar in Pittsburgh last week in that 9-3 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think they have a quarterback controversy out there. Fans want Justin Fields to start, but they're saying, I think, that Russell Wilson will probably start. But the fans, the Pittsburgh fans want Justin Fields to start week 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But yeah, that defense last week, they had a better game than they did against the Chicago Bears, where we were blown out 33-6. But never underestimate a Sean McDermott defense. We lost a lot on defense, But last year, when we went on our we won out. We had to go 6-0 to win out and win the division and clinch the number 2 seed. All of our starters were hurt last week. You forget that. People kept telling me we're not going to go into Kansas City with that defense and come out with a win. We won. Then people said you're definitely not going to beat Dallas with that depleted defense. Your defense is too depleted. Well, guess what? We beat Dallas. Not only beat them, but we smacked them around and called them Susan. And then of course, they told me there's no way in hell you're going to beat Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle with that defense. Well, guess what? We beat Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and we were the AFC East division champs. And Miami, they don't worry me yet. They don't scare me yet until Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins can prove they can beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. You know, I'm not worried. Just like I'm not worried about the defense, because we didn't have a defense last year. They were all hurt, and we still won games. And as long as you have number 17, Josh Allen, this offense is going to be just fine, I think. People are saying it's going to be a step back for the Bills. I don't think so. As long as you have J.A. as your quarterback, I don't think they're going to... it might be a slow start, but once they get rolling, I think they're gonna be winning some games and winning some games big. And I think you're going to see a reduction in turnovers by Josh Allen because he's not going to be forcing the ball to Stephanie Diggs. I can't... Houston did good with him. They traded for him. He had 3 years left on his contract, and Houston said, nope, we're going to make this a 1-year contract because you're not going to run your mouth. You're going to shut your mouth, and you're going to play football for us, and you're not going to be the headache that you were with the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. But when C.J. Stroud starts throwing to Tank Dell or Nico Collins, and Stephanie's not getting the ball, you're gonna see that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs thing on the sideline. He's gonna be throwing his arms, yelling at C.J. Stroud, yo, look, why am I not getting the ball? He's not a number 1 receiver. Nico Collins is before him. Tank Dell is before him. He's going to be a problem in Houston, let me tell you. Because once C.J. Stroud starts throwing to Nico Collins or Tank Dell and not Stephanie Diggs is going to cause a problem. Even though it's a 1-year deal, he's going to cause a problem for C.J. Stroud. It's almost guaranteed, and it's almost inevitable. I think he's going to be a problem because he's come out and said he doesn't like when other receivers get the ball. He wants to be the guy catching that ball. But Tank Dell and Nico Collins are going to have something to say about that. So, but stay tuned for my Carolina Panthers at Buffalo Bills halftime report. Should be a good one. Should be a fun one. I'm hoping we see a little bit of Bryce Young. I want to see what he can do. And I want to see the defense shut down the Carolina Panthers, have another stellar game, this time in front of our home fans. Last week, you know, they played a lot better in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we didn't score any touchdowns, but a win is a win. 9-3. They held Pittsburgh to just 3 points. And we got our first preseason win. So the Carolina Panthers come in at 0-2. The Buffalo Bills come in at 1-1. And like I said, I don't know who's getting the start at quarterback, but most likely it's probably Ben DiNucci. And then Anthony Brown will probably get the second half. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you Don't miss a video. Guys, I'll see you at halftime. Go Bills. Let's beat the Carolina Kitty Cats. Go Bills.